everyone, so today's video is going to be my October wrap up. Now I'm really sorry if you can hear all kinds of noise happening outside. I'm pretty sure it's a bird that's really close to my window, but yeah, I'm gonna probably really struggle my way through this video because I don't really feel that well today. I'm still recovering from going outside for my birthday last week, because it was my birthday last week, and yeah, we just went outside a lot, me and my dad, and so because of that I'm really tired and exhausted still, even now a week later. And I'm also really warm. I'm really debating whether or not I should just take this sweater thing off. And yeah, I'm just really warm today, and my cat keeps trying to attack these flowers I have, and then everyone's doing construction work outside, and I'm just really overwhelmed and overstimulated. So yeah, I'm probably going to go through this video quite fast. I'm not going to go too into depth about every single book. So yeah, let's just get started. So firstly, we have Life Ceremony. I give this 4 stars. This is by the same author as Convenience Store Woman and Earthlings. I both like those books a lot, and I like this one as well. I give it 4 stars. It was just a little bit less interesting than the other 2 books, but I did like some of the stories a lot, especially the story where the title came from, Life Ceremony. I thought that one was really interesting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more books by this author, because this is definitely becoming an auto buy author. I think that's how you see it, an author that you just buy automatically. This is definitely becoming one of those authors. And yeah, I always think the covers look really cool as well. So yeah, I really enjoy these books, and yeah, I would highly recommend them if this is the type of genre that you like reading, because it is a bit gory thriller-esque. So yeah. Then next we have Jujutsu Kaisen. Now I read volumes 0, 1, and 2, so not volume 8 is what I'm holding. I didn't read this, I haven't read this still even, but this is just the easiest volume that I could grab out of my shelf. But yeah, I read volumes 0, 1, and 2. I thought they were quite interesting. I'm not enjoying this much as I am Chainsaw Man, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I'm not enjoying this series as much as that series. I feel I always compare the two because they came out around a similar time, or I started at least collecting them around a similar time frame. So yeah, I always compare the two, which I probably shouldn't do. But yeah, I like this one just a little bit less than Chainsaw Man. So yeah, I'm gonna move on now to the next book, which is probably gonna be Chainsaw Man. So yeah. Then next I read Chainsaw Man volumes 4 and 5, so not volume 16 is what I'm holding. As you can tell, I'm really patiently making my way through the series, because I have up until volume 16, because I'm pretty sure this is the last volume that I owned, and I've only read up until volume 6, I believe. So yeah, I'm really patiently making my way through this series. But yeah, I liked reading those volumes 4 and 5. I gave them 3.5 or 4 stars. I quite like this series so far. I think it's very fun, so yeah, I would highly recommend it. Really sorry for the noise happening outside. Like I said, there's construction work happening. So yeah. The next is the Honjin Murders. I really hope I pronounced that properly. I can't really think straight anymore because of all the construction work happening outside. It's now stopped for a bit, but yeah. I thought this book was kind of okay when I was reading it, and I was gonna give it 2 stars or 2.5 stars, and then I got to the last, sorry about the construction work again, and then I got to the last 50 pages, and I absolutely hated the conclusion. I hated it, I despised it. I was reading it, and I was yeah, that's a 1 star now. I just hate the way that ended up. I just don't like the way it was written. I don't like the reason that the murders in this book happened. I don't like the reasoning behind it at all. I just don't like it. But yeah, luckily enough, I bought this at a secondhand bookstore, and it was very cheap. It was 50% off as well. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't spend too much money on it. But yeah, at least I read it, and it counts towards my Goodreads goal, I guess. So yeah. Then next is this book. This is a book, once again, that I got from the library. Again, not in a language that I usually read in, but I thought this one was very good. I gave it 5 stars. It's basically kind of an autobiography about the author and how they were sexually abused by a person in their family, and how the entire town knew. That's basically the title of the book. The entire town knew that this person in her family was like really like abusive and creepy, and nobody liked him, but nobody still like warned her about it. Like not even her own family like, you know, told her to watch out for this person. And like her own family also got like sexually abused by this person, and still they didn't warn her. And how difficult it was for her to like, you know, come to terms with the fact that like her family was willingly putting her in the same room as this person, knowing what this person was capable of. So yeah, it's basically a book about that. I thought it was very interesting and it was very well written and I really liked it. Obviously I say that I like the book, but I don't like the subject. Obviously I just think it was, you know, a book that I needed to read. And yeah, I thought it was really interesting and I would recommend it. But like I said, you know, books like this, the subject is very difficult. And yeah, I hope me talking about this very like difficult subject wasn't like ruined by the fact that, you know, the construction work is really like on the foreground of the audio. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I very much can. But I'm sitting closer to the window, so I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I hope not. But yeah, like I said, good book, gave it 5 stars. And yeah, let's move on to the next book. The next is A Stolen Life. This book basically has like the same trigger warnings as the previous book I talked about, except this one also involves like kidnapping. Like I'm pretty sure like most people know this book, or at least know the person's like story, because it's a like true story. Like it's the author just writing about their experience being kidnapped for like a very long time. I think it was like over 10 years. I forget exactly the amount of years, but yeah, it's basically like an autobiography about that time in our life. And yeah, it was a very difficult book to read. I'm glad I read it, and I'm glad it was available at the library as well, so I could read it. And for some reason, like during October and like a little bit of November as well, for some reason I kept like picking up these types of books like from the library, like about like sexual abuse and like trauma regarding that. And for some reason I kept like picking books like that out of like, you know, the library. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about one more book that has like topics like this. So I'm really sorry if like this is triggering to some people. I'll put like a trigger warning as well, like in the beginning of the video, I think, because I feel like I talk about this subject like way too much in this video, and I'm gonna talk about it once more, like in a couple books. So yeah, sorry about that. I would recommend it, but again, watch out for the trigger warnings. So yeah. Then next is this book. I'm not gonna try and pronounce the title because I'm pretty sure it's visible enough on screen, but yeah, it's very difficult for me to say this title. So yeah, I really like the cover of this book. I think it's very much like my vibe. I know I don't really match this vibe today, but you know, sometimes I dress like this, sometimes I dress more like this. So yeah, I read this in October because obviously it's a very like October book, and I was expecting more out of it. I gave it like 3 stars. I thought it was quite good. At times I thought it was quite kind of boring at times. Like it's like specific like short stories, and yeah, sometimes it was good, sometimes it was not. It was very like mid-range, and yeah, I gave it 3 stars. Let's move on to the next book, because like I said, I don't feel well, I'm very warm, and I just want this video to be over. So yeah, I feel like my hair also looks like an absolute mess in this video, but I feel like, you know, I can't really stop that because whenever it's like very warm, my hair just tends to like poof up a bit. So I'm really sorry about that as well. But yeah, let's move on to the next book, which is Dracula, which again, I read this because it was October, and I really liked Frankenstein when I read it this year. It's literally like become one of my favorite books of all time. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'll like Dracula as well. And I thought the like beginning, like the first half of the book, I thought it was kind of interesting. And then I read the second half and I was incredibly bored, like genuinely bored by it. And so I was just like, yeah, no, this is just not giving the same vibe as Frankenstein. And yeah, I thought Camilla was a lot better, which Camilla is basically like a vampire story that was made before Dracula, but it's like the lesbian version of it basically. And I thought that one was a lot better. So yeah, if I would recommend like a vampire book, I don't think I would recommend Dracula. I think I would recommend Camilla instead. So yeah, I gave it like 3 stars. Again, the beginning was decent, the end just not. So yeah, I can see why people like it though. Like I can understand it, but it's just not for me. So yeah. Then next we have Promise Boys. Now I wanted to hold this book up because I do have it physically, but for some reason I've forgotten where I've put it. I know it's like in one of my bookshelves, obviously, but I don't know where. And I'm not like immediately seeing it. So yeah, I don't know where I've put it, but I did quite like this. I gave it like 3.75, like 4 stars. I would have given it higher than that because I did really like it if it wasn't so short. Like for me, I would have liked it even more if it was longer. Like I really liked the way it was written. I was really attached to like the main characters. Like I almost like cried at the end because I was so glad with the way that it ended. And yeah, I would have liked it for it to be just like a little bit longer, and then I probably would have given it like 5 stars even maybe, but because it was like so short, it just felt so like abrupt, and like I wasn't ready yet to let go of the story just yet. So yeah, if it was a bit longer, I would have liked it more, I think, but I would highly recommend it. It's a very good book. It's very fast paced as well, so it's a very like good book to read if you're like in a reading slump or something like that, at least to me. So yeah, I would highly recommend it, and I did like it. So yeah, then the next book is another book from the library, and that is this book. Once again, like trigger warning for like sexual abuse. Like again, like I said, in October, November, for some reason I picked like all books with like the same theme for some reason. And for some reason that theme was like sexual abuse. Like don't ask me why, because you're not gonna like my answer, but yeah. Also that giving you the answer is gonna trigger me, so like don't. But yeah, this book was a lot more graphic than I was comfortable with. Like I know that like these types of books are necessary, but even just like me thinking about like the scenes right now, some of the scenes in this book of like the like sexual abuse that happens, it's making me like so uncomfortable that like I'm struggling to talk. Like it's making me, I don't know, like I don't know how to describe, but it's like someone's like squeezing my chest. So yeah, I get really like panicky when I think about those scenes. But again, like I said, books like this are necessary, but at the same time, just a little bit too graphic for me. I gave it like 3.75 stars, 4 stars. And again, I'm glad kind of that I read it, but it was just like a little bit too triggering for me. So yeah. Then finally we are at the last book, and that is Book Lovers. Now this is not usually the type of book I read, like a straight romance. Like I don't really read those type of books, but there was like a sale going on, and this book was like in that sale, and I was like, I've heard a lot of good things about like this author and their books, so I might as well just pick one of these books up, and this one seems the most interesting. And so I picked this book up, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Also, I apologize for the way that I sound right now. I'm still like struggling, but like talking about the book that I talked about previously, like I'm still struggling because of that. But yeah, you can tell like how panicky I become when I think about that book. But yeah, it's not like a really scary book, the previous one. It's just the scenes were just a little bit too graphic for me. But yeah, I like this book a lot more than I thought I would, mainly because of the talk about like grief and like grieving someone that you've lost, like a loved one. And I liked it a lot more because of that. Again, it's a straight romance, not usually something I like reading. But in this context, I didn't really have like much of an issue with it. I don't have an issue with like straight romance necessarily, but I just don't like reading it a lot. And yeah, this type of book, not usually my type of book that I like reading, but the talk about like grief and the way that it was handled was quite good in my opinion. Like I quite liked the way that it was written. And yeah, I don't remember how much I gave this, but I'm assuming like 3.5 stars or something like that. So yeah, finally done with this video now though, so I can relax, because again, don't know if you can see, but I'm still very like panicky. So yeah, gonna stop now. So that was the end of this like October wrap up. I'm very glad I'm done, because I'm actually kind of like lightheaded now, because again, I'm panicky and like I have a face mask on, like I can't really breathe properly right now. So yeah, a bit panicky, but I hope you guys like this video anyway. I know this October wrap up is once again quite late. It's literally like mid-December as I'm filming this, but again, I struggle filming like videos like this because it takes a lot out of me, not just like emotionally clearly, but like physically as well. Like my shoulders hurt like a lot from like holding these books up, and I only picked up like a couple books. So yeah, I'm hoping to film like my November wrap up like pretty soon, but yeah, I'm sorry if like I don't end up like being able to post it for like the next year starts. So yeah, I apologize for that, but I hope you guys like this video anyway. Again, sorry for the way that it ended, and sorry for like the construction work happening like outside, like in the beginning of the video. And sorry for my hair, and yeah, sorry for everything basically, but yeah, hope you guys liked it, and thank you for watching, and bye. So also, in case you're wondering where my cat was during this entire video, he was sleeping right here. This is usually where he sleeps when I film. So yeah, just because he's not in frame doesn't mean he is not like near me. So yeah, he was kind of like being annoying in the beginning, where he kept trying to like eat these flowers, but yeah, luckily enough he settled down and he went to sleep. I also hope I'm in frame because I feel like I'm focusing a lot on him, but yeah, he was here the entire time, so yeah. Oh, I guess he's done now. And now of course he's gonna sit on my lap and the camera's turned. Yeah, okay. That's great. Watch me try and like turn this camera around now. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Okay, I think I did it. I don't know if it looks good, but I hope it does. I really hope it's like at least like a little bit straight, like the camera, but yeah. So now he's sitting on my lap. He could have done this throughout the entire video, but now he chooses the moment that I stop filming, of course. So yeah.